In this section, we look at just transition, embodied carbon and energy, life cycle assessment, and greenwashing. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the term, but just transition, which will form the material for the contents of a block later on, is a framework to encompass a range of social interventions to secure workers' rights when the economies shift towards a focus on environmental sustainability. Dr. Mark Garvin will be leading that block, and you will be able to look at a lot of these important aspects of that in the just transition block. Another concept which is important when considering sustainability is that of embodied energy, which is the energy associated with the manufacturing of a product or services. This includes the energy for extracting and processing of raw materials, manufacturing, and the construction and transportation, distribution, assembly, and construction of the materials. Embodied carbon is the carbon associated with the embodied energy, and it indicates how energy intensive a material or product is. These are very important issues when carrying out what's called life cycle assessment, where you examine the impact that a particular product has on the environment. The process, the LCA process, refers to the evaluation of all processes in the life cycle of a product or service from the downstream, i.e. the extraction, to the upstream disposal. It focuses primarily on quantifiable information that can help in the decision-making process. Life cycle assessment is a very important aspect or should be considered when making material decisions. The more we know about the impact of a product, the better we're able to make considered decisions and environmentally friendly decisions. Greenwashing. This is disinformation disseminated by an organization so as to present an environmentally responsible public image. Unfortunately, it's quite common. We will be looking at this on and off as we go through all the blocks in these modules. It can also be called green sheen, and if you're referring to greenwashing in relation to the Sustainable Development Goals, it can also be called rainbow washing. It's a form of marketing spin in which green PR and green marketing are deceptively used to persuade the public that an organization's products, aims, and policies are environmentally friendly and therefore better. Unfortunately, as I say, it is rather common, and I would hope that while we're doing this, as we go through the material in this module, it will be a topic of discussion in some of the blogs. And one of the aims of this module and program would be to make people think a little bit more about statements made by organizations and how accurate they actually are. Of course, there is interpretation, but hopefully by providing a wide and a good basis, a good environmental knowledge base, we will be able to discern claims that are greenwashing